Hi everyone, welcome back to how to build your own raffle site. So in this video we're going to go through two things really. One being terms and conditions and what I would recommend be your path to getting yours done to the best of your ability, and also payment gateways. Two massive parts to a raffle website and how they work. So you'll find at the bottom of the page there's a link to your terms and conditions. So in here I have just left add your terms and conditions here. So to do that you can either go directly to the dashboard and click on pages, find the page that's titled terms and conditions and edit it there, or you can just hit edit page at the top of the screen. In there you'll have a text block, and I would recommend writing your terms and conditions and adding them in here. The reason I would say add them in this page that's already created is because there's links to this page throughout, and also a checkbox just before you check out that you agree to the terms and conditions. So that just covers you for obviously what your terms and conditions say. One way of getting your terms and conditions done is going, because you might be in different parts of the world listening to this. So what you need to do is find competition websites in your area or your jurisdiction, or same country as you are in, and have a look at their terms and conditions and read them from top to bottom. I know that does sound boring to read terms and conditions, but it's very important that you understand how competition websites work in your areas, because more often maybe there might be an area that these aren't legal in. They're in the UK and Northern Ireland. There's definitely ways and means that you need to, or not ways and means, but there's ways you have to run the company. One being you have to ask a skill-based question, another being postal entry, so a free entry route into your competitions, and that's obviously completely up to you. It's best to do your research and make sure you are on the right side of your law. I would definitely recommend doing a bit of research into other companies, and then if you feel like you need to, I would say get in touch with someone who is actually their job to know, so like a solicitor. Anyway, so once you've got your terms and conditions all done and you've got your website completely up and running, you then would like to get in contact with a payment gateway. So payment gateways for competition websites are a bit more difficult to get a hold of than your standard, PayPal or Stripe. So the likes of Stripe and PayPal are actually, they don't support competition or raffle based websites. So they actually have it on their restricted business list. So unfortunately you can sign up and you can get an account, but usually within a few months or a while they'll probably suspend your account. So it's usually not the best just to go for them. The likes of PayPal, again, it's part of their restricted business, and within maybe a couple of months of sending payments to PayPal, it might seem everything's fine at the start, but PayPal will probably restrict your account as well down the line. So there are payment gateways out there that support competition websites completely fine. You just do need to look for them. So you can obviously, by all means, this is your website, so go out there and have a look for payment gateways. And by no means is this me telling you that you have to use this payment gateway that I'll recommend, but it's just one that I've been in touch with before, and they do accept competition websites and raffle based competitions as payment gateways. Now this is a company that's based in the UK, but they do merchants for the whole of Europe. So it's best to get in contact with them. So if you go into their website, it's zing.gg. This is it here. So zing.gg. If you go ahead and just get started at the top right hand corner, if you scroll on down, there'll be a contact us area. So in there you just need to add your name and address, what your subject line is. So it could be like competition websites for, and then your company name, and your phone number. In the how we can help you, so I would in here tell them exactly what you're trying to do and the type of competition website that you're trying to run. Once you hit submit, they'll get in touch and they'll let you know exactly how and what they need to be set up for you to take payments online. So once you get set up, you'll be given or if you're accepted by them, you'll be given basically a document with your credentials on them. So it'll be like your ID and transaction numbers or whatever. You'll be able to plug them into your website. So I'll go ahead and show you a plugin that I've created that links Zing.gg payments onto WooCommerce. Right, okay, so if you want to head back to your website and go to the plugin section, so you'll need to toggle the menu by just clicking here, hit plugins and then add new. So some versions of the software you download, the website you imported, will have this already installed, maybe after this video goes live. But I will add this to your account so you can go on and download it, or I'll be getting in touch with you directly, just sending you this plugin. So you would hit upload plugin, and the plugin that I sent you or that you've downloaded is just dropped in there. You can obviously find it in your computer and upload it like that. All you need to do is hit install now, and then activate the plugin. Okay, that's now activated there. So all we need to do is go over to WooCommerce and then settings, payments tab, and then if you head on down, you'll see Zing payments here. So if you want to go ahead and click in manage. Okay, so there's a few options that we need to enable. So you want to go ahead and enable Zing.gg, that's the Zing.gg payment gateway. First of all, you'd want to operate this in test mode. That gives you the idea of what it would look like, but not take live payments. That means you can put orders through yourself without any money coming out, and you can test the payment gateway. It's very important that you test the gateway before going live, just to make sure everything is running perfectly. So Zing has sent me over some testing details that I can add to my website. So this is what it looks like. I'll go on. Unfortunately, I have to blur this because these are my credentials. So my test entity ID, click that in there. And then my access token. It's quite a large access token. Perfect. Now I've added two more things at the bottom. So one being enable over 18's date of birth field. So that means that on the checkout field, there'll be a option to put in the customer's date of birth. In some jurisdictions it's maybe a requirement. So it's completely up to you if you enable that or not. Another one would be on the cart at the very end, just above where they put their payment details in. It'll show what's in their basket and also the total that they'll be charged. Also, just up here, there's the description. You can change this to whatever you want. Pay via your, credit/debit card. We're going to accept all those cards. That's fine. Now, this is completely up to Zing on what cards are accepted, but usually these three are the main ones. So we'll just go ahead and save those changes. All good. So we'll go to the front end to see exactly how that looks. So I'm going to go and enter a competition. Two tickets. I'm going to view the basket. Everything looks good. Okay, so now all my billing details are obviously entered in here automatically because I'm signed in. Shows what my order is, but below that are the two payment gateways that we have enabled. So if I go back to the dashboard, I'm going to actually open up the dashboard just to show you how cash and delivery and card payments are enabled here. Go into settings, payments, and you'll see this button here is enable for cash on delivery. So if we actually just turn that off and go back to the website, so if I go back to the site and then back to that checkout, you'll see there's only one available now. So that that dial or that toggle determines what's live on the website. So because we have one, this is automatically selected for us. This is the description we added in the zing.gg plugin. And this is the button I mentioned earlier about having to agree to the terms and conditions. So if you click that button, that will bring you to your terms and conditions. So go ahead and place order. And then on the next page, you'll see this test mode, no money will be charged. So you would enter your card details in. So I've actually got a test card here, so I can use 420000. You do not use a live credit card or debit card in a test mode. Only use test cards like this one I'm showing you. Typing in some fake information. So you can store your payment details, which is very good for repeat customers coming back. It means they don't have to enter in their details. These details are not saved on your website. They're saved on zing.gg's on their side, so it's all above board, so they can pay now. That's it. So thank you for your order. It's been received. Shows you the ticket numbers that I've bought. Obviously they've been randomized. All my billing addresses, and then transaction details that came back from Zing, and the transaction time. So all good there. So there are more payment gateways than Zing.gg. There is, do your research and they'll let you know if they have a WooCommerce plugin, because many of them don't. So, but you will need a plugin, because unless you can build the plugin yourself, I would make sure that the company getting you the payment gateway has a plugin and accepts competition websites. But anyway, I hope this video was useful. Cheers.